Today we're looking at how you can create intrigue on social media to drive footfall. So this is Richmond Theatre. As you can see, obviously it's theatre, so they need to constantly publicise the amazing shows that they've got on throughout the year, and that's pretty much what all their social media contains. However, what they've done with this is that they have started off as part of their kind of new year, if you like, and they've started off by telling you what shows are actually on throughout the month to try and, I guess, let us know what's kind of coming ahead without, the need for any kind of fancy adverts or paying a lot of money for anything like that. They're doing it organically and they're doing it through content. So what they've done here is they've created a little reel. So let's take a little look at it.
You getting out of living? Who cares for what you've got if you're not having any fun?
So what you can see here is this is a really fun way of showing off, I guess, what's already in the caption. So this is about, them sort of trying to create intrigue. You can see little bits of the theatre in the background. They're showing, like the different little posters or leaflets, if you like, of the different shows that are there in different ways, which is quite a good fun way of doing it. And then they're backing it up with a fun sort of famous sort of musical song. They've got strong hashtags with the, what's on London, Richmond, London Theatre. So again, anyone who's following them, but ultimately it's kind of about, creating intrigue, which is the caption backed up by the video as well, because you wouldn't click on the video without looking at the caption, vice versa. So this is all about, understanding, I guess, what's coming up and creating a little bit of intrigue to try and drive footfall down to your venue. Now, if I was the Richmond Theatre, one of the things that I'd want to do is engage with other businesses within my location, because ultimately if you're going to the local bar, you're going to the local restaurant, you're probably going to be interested in my theatre as well. So what I would do is I would go to the Engage tab on Maybe, I would go to Location, and like I've done here, I would type in Richmond, and then make sure that you toggle to local. And then what comes up here is all of the businesses who are getting good engagement on social media at this point in Richmond. And then what I would start to do is I would start to I would start to comment, I would even start to maybe reshare some of the posts, because the businesses are gonna love it, because ultimately, you're engaging in their posts, and that creates a bit of extra reach and engagement for them, but also it might lead to further collaborations. Also, the idea should be that it's, extending your shop window, because if, I don't know, here there's been 109 people that have been interested in Feather and Stitch, then again, it's 109 people that might be ready to book theatre tickets. So if you have any questions at all, click on the little blue button. We love to help.